let me start with the beginning of the story. In 2002, when we were looking for a piece of property in the Mount Shasta area, and we had been looking for a year or so, we found a rather large piece of property up on the side of a hill, completely covered with deadfall and brush and whatnot. I walked up on the hill. It was a real chore to get up there. The realtor followed me up. It took us an hour. I turned around, looked back toward the valley, and went, oh my, this is it. So I called my buddy in Haedrich who builds logging roads, and asked Bob to come over and take a look at it. And I want to know if we could build a road up here or not. And he gets over there and he says, absolutely. So we put it in escrow the next day, and our adventure started right there. And then we started on our adventure of finding the logs and starting to design the log home. And we found Pioneer Log Homes. We were very fortunate. The timing was amazing in that we've been told that we've got the largest diameter logs that they'd ever come across and sold for a log home. Some of these logs are 40 inches in diameter at the butts. We have several that are 3 feet in diameter at the butts. We have a feature tree in the living room that's 8 feet in diameter at the bottom, at the root ball, and it goes up 20 some feet to the ceiling. It's just amazing. We built this house a little different than most. We did not get an architect involved. I'm a general contractor. We hired a fellow that I know, Cole Lost a Lot Construction, to work for us up there for a couple of years. And we pretty much laid out the house, designed it how we wanted it, then left a lot of details out. We had it engineered, and then we built it the way we wanted. We wanted to build it, and we really spared no expense at every corner. We built it just amazing. A lot of natural things we built. For example, we built the foundation 3.5 feet off the ground so that we could bring in very large rocks from the Bernie Falls area again around the foundation. Amazing. We had to roll these big rocks into place, 2 or 3 or 4 guys at a time with bars, and put them in place and concrete them into place around the foundation. It's just amazing. I've not seen anybody do that before. When we built the fireplace inside, we had to bring some of the rocks in on piano dolly one at a time, hoist them into place with an electric winch. Some of the rocks that we put up on the face of the fireplace were too big, so we had to get a rock saw and cut them in half and then hoist them into place. The mantle weighs 1,400 pounds. We had to hoist it in place with an electric winch. It was just amazing. A lot of sweat went into this thing, a lot of hard work. The logs, we have Norwegian carvings inside the house. Different places. We have, on the outside, we have bear feet carved into the logs. We have, there's an eagle at the entryway, hand carved. We have bear tracks, deer tracks in the concrete in the driveway coming up. We had a lot of fun with it. It was like a dream come true to build this thing, and we just had a tremendous amount of fun doing it. Every day I got out of bed and I couldn't wait to get up to Mount Shasta and get started doing something else. Inside the house, some of the shelves, we didn't want to put cabinets up in the kitchen in a couple of areas because we didn't want to cover up the logs. And my buddy who was helping us, contractor buddy, remembered when he was a kid in his grandfather's barn, there was a bunch of walnut in there that he was going to build cabinets out of, and he thought it was still there, so he went out there. It was still there. It had been stacked up for 40 years. We took these pieces of walnut and cut them to fit and put them up on the shelves in the kitchen. His grandfather also had an old steam planer that was manufactured in 1860 something in New York, and we planed all the wood for the windows and the door trims inside the house. We took the Doug fir, we planed them, and it's rough because this planer is 140 years old. But that's what we wanted. I'm not a formal kind of guy. I'm a woodsy kind of guy. I can remember saying over and over and over again, if there were two pioneers here in 1870, how would they build it? So I took that approach. How would they build it? Inside the house, the granite countertops, I didn't want anything straight and smooth. It was all jagged. The trim along the outside on the fascia, I didn't want anything straight lines, so we put the wavy edges on it, and we did it all by hand. Everything was done by hand. We kept thinking, one of my other thoughts was Montana, the side of a mountain. Give me that atmosphere. And that's who I am. That's who a lot of people are. They just dream about it, but they don't do it. And so we did it. The fishing down the road is amazing. If you come out of the driveway, you go left up the road a mile, the upper Sacramento is right there. Lake Siskiyou is 5 minutes away for fishing. The Castle Craig's Wilderness is a 10-minute ride on a four-wheeler from the house. We backpack into the wilderness all the time. We fish the mountain lakes. The golf course is literally 5 minutes away, the Mount Shasta golf course. The Mount Shasta ski area is about 20 minutes away. You can actually see the ski area from the house, and at night the ski area is lit up. It's beautiful. You can see it from most any window in the house. Mount Shasta itself is 5 miles to downtown. Mount Shasta is amazing. They have great food, great restaurants, movie theater. They have activities almost every weekend all summer. It's an amazing place. The mountain draws a lot of people. The vortex is a big draw to a lot of people.